Hello everyone, it's Yogi here. Happy Saturday and happy Valentine's Day as well. I nearly forgot. Yes, indeed. I hope you're enjoying your day. What have you been doing? And yes, this is time for our Aimee SAL. And hello everyone for the members as well. If you're in the last stream, welcome back. And so today we did a little bit of side quest there. And interesting session. And very interesting. So, hello everyone. So today I'm coming back to this piece, okay? So last week, I'm trying to recall, what did I do last week? I think I did Little Cake Shop, didn't I? And occasionally, change of flavor. But today, yes, I'm back to this piece and I'm coming back with renewed energy and enthusiasm because Komari, the alien stitcher, has been working on this piece for a week and she probably made progress far ahead of me, and I don't know what percentage she's on today, but I'm inspired. If she can stitch that fast, maybe no, I can't. Okay, forget that. But I'm just inspired by her stitching, and she was doing so fast as well, and yes. So this piece is Traveling Library, if you don't know already, and it's by Aimee Stewart. So this is Aimee SAL, but you're allowed to join, okay? We have side door, back door, and we also have an open roof that you could parachute down and join us. So just come join us for a spot of stitching, okay? But next time, maybe you'll be armed with a piece of Aimee Stewart work pattern as well. Okay, so this is from Heaven and Earth, and this is what the markup looks like. Just look at that. Just like explosion of colors, and everything's so rich. If you love fabric, and if you love tapestry, and if you love books, this is the piece for you. And if you love little fox as well, and I think we all do, we all love little this pretty little fox there, and the fox is reading books as well, and well read, and that beautiful bed at the far end there as well. This piece is just full of stuff everywhere you look, just richness and just beautiful. So this is one of the three pieces, so of similar theme, sort of revolving around the traveling library, and so this is the interior view of the caravan, and also there's another piece, this outer view, the landscape outside, from a look out at the caravan, and also there's another piece is from the writer's point of view. So this is a very, very interesting trio pieces, and I know some of you aliens out there are stitching all three. Okay, I'm not that brave. I'm working on this one. Maybe at some point I'll consider working on the other. I think Nikki's working on all three, okay, simultaneously, with her hands and toes at the same time. You know what it's like. And so let me show you my iPad, my stats here. So this is where I am at the moment. Let me zoom way out to show you. This is a portrait piece, quite long, so I need to scroll down a little bit. And I believe there's a super size came out recently, but this one is regular size and max color. So let me show you the stats. Okay, so currently I'm just slightly over 2%. I'm slightly surprised because I was under the impression that I was still under 2, but I'm over. How nice, 2%. Okay, after 4 months, nearly 4 months of on and off working on this piece, and this is a max color, so it's got 239 colors. So maximum 240, one color short, and so I'm going to start a sprint right in front of you. Okay, so this is a counter that's going to capture all the stitches I'm going to be doing today, hopefully more than a few, okay, more than 60. My bar is pretty low, okay, and at the end of every stream I'll share the number with you, okay, and so Let's have a look. And let me come back to this view here, and I want to say hello to all of you. Welcome. And did you miss me yesterday? You better do. Yes, I missed you too. But Friday is nice to have a break, and I had a lovely time with Mr. Yogi. And I hope you enjoy your Friday as well. And there's always, replays that you can watch, to catch up with sessions that you missed. Every stream we talk about interesting things, and quite a lot to learn as well. Every single stream, today is 232 stream that I've done. But I'm still learning. Every single stream I'm learning something, and I'm having fun. And I hope you are as well. So let's have a look. Hello, Lona. First to report to the chat. Hello, hello. And we also have Amira as well. Amira, it's been a little while. I hope you're well. And Janine as well. Janine's back with us. And welcome. And we also have Rajal is here. Hello, welcome back. And let's have a look. And my microphone is back to normal. Because the last session, I forgot, it wasn't charged properly, so I had to switch microphone. But today, this session is all good, back to normal. And let's have a look. And Gayla as well, welcome back. And I hope you enjoy your stitching and whatever you're working on. And also Lizzie's back with us as well. And lovely Susan is also here. And who else have we got? Walkaway is back with us as well from the members stream. And who else is here? Suzanne, yes, of Suzanne is back here, and Grace Hoston as well joining us, and we also have Sarah VM as well. Good to see you. And Busy Mom is back as well. Welcome back, and welcome everyone, and Heather as well. Hello, Heather, and great to have you. So this piece. It's just beautiful. And I'm glad I actually parked for a couple of weeks. I think last week and a week before because of the storm. We're doing the storm SAL. And, but just look at this. So the inspiration I took from Komari was because I had a center top start here from the seedling, okay? And I think one of these blocks are the center blocks. So my plan is, was to work my way down, find my stitches. And I was very, very keen on long distance travel. And I still enjoy it, but I'm kind of, maybe revising that a little bit after my Gecko Rouge incident there. I think maybe, the risks of long distance travel with someone, like me, complete newbie, and for long distance travel is slightly risky. So maybe I'll attempt one more time, in the future. I'm sure I will. But for now, I think I'm going to come back to the basics, come back to the foundation, because for the past few months, starting this piece, I kind of traveled down, tried to count my way down as accurately as possible. Hopefully these are accurate, I don't know. And find interesting areas and just keep stitching. And I really enjoy that. But having watched Komari, okay, if you don't know who Komari she's a Japanese floss tuber. She's an alien stitcher, okay? She's so fast, it's ridiculous. She only started this piece about a week ago, barely. And if you go and watch her YouTube and check out Instagram, she's made tremendous progress. She went from upper left, that's where she started. And then she stitched kind of just following the top border, like a long strip. And she's already here right in the center the last time I checked. And that was a couple of days ago. Today, she's probably way over there. Okay, so this is the center point of the piece. If you imagine that, visualize that. She went from upper left. A lot of you started from upper left, right? I think she stitched about 2 to 3 blocks, short distance, traveling absolutely cross country. And she's already here and beyond probably. So I want to come back to the top, having, spent quite a lot of time down here around the sort of arch area above the bed. I want to come back here and maybe work on the border, the top border a little bit more, and maybe fill in some stitches down here so I know I have counted accurately. You know, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So today, my focus will be maybe somewhere here, extending the top border a little bit, and you know, just pick and choose the areas down here and start to fill in. So making connection between these two areas I've been working on. So see how that goes. And I'm going to be doing shorter distance traveling. Okay, maybe not super, super short, but shorter. So I'm going to refrain myself from just wandering off and, you know, and do that. And maybe at some point when I feel more confident and comfortable, I can come back and do it again. My fear would be there is some sort of miscalculation, miscounting happening in between. And I cannot frog anymore. Okay, I've got about 2,000 stitches waiting for me for the Gecko Rouge project. So I try not to create more stitches to frog. So this is my plan today. What are your plans and what are you working on? Let me know. I need to know. And as I said, even if you're not working on Aimee Stewart, you're welcome to join us. And then, you know, maybe by hanging out with us, you will understand why we're so obsessed with Aimee Stewart's artwork. Okay, so let me bring on my work view here. And let me pick a color to start. So as I said, I'm gonna probably start here and extend this line. It's quite satisfying when you extend the border. It feels like progression, doesn't it? So let me just strengthen the lines here a little bit. I'll probably grip one more when I get to it. But I'm going to start from the top border on the left here and maybe zoom in a little bit for you as well. So you can see it's gorgeous. I did a little bit secretly. I did a little bit of work here, okay, last few days when I have time, because I just, well, I have to keep up with Komari. Not that I can, but I have to try, okay? As a mere mortal, I have to try. And so let's have a look. And Griet has joined us as well. Hello, good to see you. Let me know what you're working on today. So Griet is one of the few human beings that's out there that I know of actually stitching the Colin Thompson's craft cupboard with me. So this is the Gecko Rouge piece, the epic piece, the trial and tribulation that I go through with this piece is just incredible. But great fun, you know. So there you go. So I think it's going to be an orange of some sort. Hang on. Let's have a look. The little frog is visiting my throat again, so I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee here. So bear with me, okay? There you go. Heather says, hi, Stitchy friends. I'm working on Traveling Library, stitching towards where Yogi is at the center. Okay, right here. Beautiful. I suspect Heather is doing, I think Heather is starting from upper right, right? One of the few upper right starters. Mandy Moran is also here. Hello. And Suzanne says, I'll be working on Love Letters Chocolate Shop. I know that piece. You know, the other day, Clara actually super chatted me to get a copy of the full size version. I'm thinking about it, okay? So I'll definitely invest it into one of the charts. But perhaps, you know, love letters. So currently I'm working on a mini version, but I kept thinking, well, you know, I really love the piece and there's quite a lot of details with that piece. So perhaps I can, you know, restart with the full size. I don't know yet. There's so much to talk about with Aimee Stewart's up and coming patterns there. So let me start with this beautiful light brown beige here, 436. Here we go. I've got one threaded already. So I'm gonna slowly extending this line as well. And why don't I grid one more box here? So It will give me a little bit more room to maneuver. So, chat, please watch me, okay? Just make sure that I don't miscount the block. I've got enough disasters recently already. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How's that? Does that look good? Let me count one more time, okay? I do not trust myself, and for good reasons. Let me do it one more time without blinking. Stop blinking, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's looking good, I think. What do I know? Nothing. Just let me extend one more block here. So I'm using regular pencil. I know, it's quite brave, isn't it? It's the only thing I can really show off. Here we go. Let me strengthen that a little bit. And Auntie Crazy says, I'm in the market for a new project. Oh, you come to the right place. She says, found patterns for a Claude Monet painting and excited to start. Who's is charted by Hate or someone else? Yes, it's got to be beautiful. That's a style I really, really love. And, you know, I know it's probably slightly overconfident to say this, but when I used to paint a lot, my style was frequently compared to Monet. Okay, I'm so sorry. Sincere apologies. Because I've got quite loose style. So let me just make sure that I'm starting at the right location. Oh, I nearly missed it already. See what? It's just terrible. So this is 28, and during our members live stream, I was working on the 28 count fabric as well, but I was doing 1/2, and let me tell you, that was challenging. 1/1 is just so much simpler. I'm sticking with it for this piece. So I'm starting here. Hi, Lorraine Nicholson. Hello. It's been a long time since I joined live, been lurking. Welcome, welcome. You can lurk as long as you enjoy the chat, you know. Lurk as much as you want. But great for you to say hello. So today is more of, you know, really establishing the foundation. Because I've been just wandering to different locations, and I've been having a good time as well. Absolutely. I do not regret a moment. But, you know, you have to come back to where you started and do some groundwork. Susan says, backdoor Christmas card front featuring a snowman. Susan, you're already working on Christmas cards for next year. Very nice. Susan actually stitched small pieces and turned them into Christmas cards. It's really, really nice. Not many people do such things, so she's a national treasure for sure. Let's have a look. Lizzie says, I watched an episode of a cat program hosted by David Bedell, who is a cat mat. Is he really? He went to kitten yoga. kitten yoga, not just cat yoga, kitten yoga. It was so adorable. I would have taken them all home with me. Well, actually, I've seen sort of, there's sort of cat yoga, dog yoga out there. I've never done one actually. I don't think I'll be able to concentrate. I'll probably just, I just want to lie there with them. And also, I'll be a little bit upset if none of them chosen me. Can you imagine? I just, lie there and the cats just wouldn't come and cuddle me. I'll probably feel slightly hurt. I didn't know David Baddoe was a cat mad. I have seen him around my area a couple of times. I don't know whether he used to live here or something. I've seen him a couple of times. He's a comedian, by the way, for our American friends. He's one of the duo. What's his partner called, Lizzie? The other guy. Frank Skinner. Frank Skinner. I used to like him, actually. I suppose I still do, but he's not very active. I haven't seen him around. He's quite funny. He's got kind of quite weird sense of humor. I think he's funnier. Do not tell David Baddoe, okay? I think Frank Skinner is funnier. Sarah VM says, I'm working on traveling library. Good. We have companies, stitching on the same project. Lynn says, Yogi, what do I type for Komari? It's Komari, and her channel name has changed now, so I can't remember. But if you type in Komari, Komari, and stitching, cross stitching, you will find her. And she does live streams as well, like me. So very, if you look under video tab, the content will be kind of old. But if you go under live stream, she's more of a live streamer like me. Walkaway says, I'm bobbinating an older whip I had, cutting the floss to stitch length and re-kitting. Komari is inspiring. I know. It's just, I think it's a little bit like, back in those days, people didn't believe people could run a certain speed. Is 3 miles or 4 miles per hour or something like that? I cannot remember. And someone did it. And once a person have done it, we kind of, it kind of breaks our paradigm and belief, thinking that we couldn't do it. And once you've seen someone doing stitching that kind of speed, not ever, I don't think I'll ever be able to stitch like that. That's not my goal. But I'm just inspired by just the focus and dedication she has with a single piece. That's quite nice. That's quite nice to know. So it kind of inspires me to come back to this piece and lay some foundation, And she's stitching supersize as well. So imagine the number of stitches in order to travel from the upper left to the center and beyond already. Just think of that. Amira says, I'm surprised how much has been added to this piece since I saw it. No slow stitching there at all, do you think, Amira? So Amira has been sort of, away slightly. And I did do some work behind your back, all of your backs and around here to just fill in. It's very confetti, very confetti. So it took me a little while, but I'm very happy at least I've got this bit kind of, you know, looking a little bit more completed. Oops. So thank you, Amira. It's very encouraging. Heather says, I'm at 401 stitches on traveling library. Oh my goodness. And my goal for this week is 10 stitches. And yes, doing diagonal start at upper right. 10 stitches. Yes, you can do it, Heather. Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath. You can do it. Let me see. I think I missed one stitch here. One stitch off. That's quite all right, because this area, I can probably fudge it. 1, 2, 1, 2. It will be okay. Let me see. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can count. Trust me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why does it look different? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Hi, Nutty. Welcome back. And Cedric as well. Hello. Heather says some people suggest the Impressionists may have been influenced by needlepoint, which is popular in the late 19th century, which stitches being analog to brush strokes. I can imagine that. I don't know, yes. I find the style, because I kind of developed my style quite naturally. I wasn't trying to mimic anybody. I think it's how you see the world, isn't it? Because I can't speak for Monet, but when I paint something, I look at the object or whatever subject matter it is through a certain filter. It's really hard to to explain. It's probably a little bit like writing. If you write, if you do creative writing, you probably kind of try to describe things, illustrate things through a certain language, and that's you, certain style of language. So it's not just about being factual about things to describe the event. You're talking through a certain style of vocabulary. And I think painting is very much like that as well. And it has to be intuitive. It's kind of just like, you know, it's the way you walk or the way you talk. It has to be very much part of you. So you can't really copy someone else. It just would not work. So for some reason, I just ended up painting that way. Cedric's backdoor knitting. Very nice. I'd love to see your work. Hi, Cassie. Hello, hello. And Adri. Hello, Adri, darling. Yes, Adri's always trying to test me. Adri says, let's see how long it takes for you to notice me. I don't think that long this time, is it? Has it been 3 minutes? And Adri, what are you doing today then? I hope you're very happy. Whatever you do. Why don't I zoom in a little bit more? Let's see. Because these are really intricate stitches and beautiful colors. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Adri's knitting, is it? Wonderful. Oh, Adri, you didn't come to the members. We did a members stream, and I showed everybody my blanket that I've been crocheting, been working on for a couple of years now. I would like to go back and finish it soon. And knitting as well. Hi, Jackie. Jackie says everyone just got home from a busy day out with family, going to listen in while I'm relaxed a little bit. Yes. And maybe you can join us in a bit. Great to see you. Oh, 6 minutes. Oh dear, Adri. Sincere apology. You've been timing. So basically you come in and say hello, Yogi, and you just hit the timer. Yes. Oh, no pressure for Yogi. No pressure. Nati says, not sure if you mentioned this already, but you're off a little, Yogi. Which bit? Off where? Which stitch? It's okay. I think this piece I can fudge. It's fudgeable. Are you talking about these little ones over there? I know this red stitch is 1 stitch to the left. If you notice other ones, just, keep it quiet. I'll fudge it. I'll fudge it as I go along. I think this piece is fudgeable. I hope. Anna, hello. Welcome. Adri, do not lie. I know you hit the timer as soon as you say hello, okay? Walkaway says, I was a knitter for years. I knit my daughter's lace wedding shawl. Oh no, really? And from Meg Swanson's pattern. My goodness, that sounds really intricate. I'm trying to visualize it, so it's probably quite light. That's amazing. Okay, I'm not going to wander too far, okay? This is my promise to myself. Shorter distance, cross country for now, okay? And also, you probably get to sort of complete an area a little bit quicker. So I think it was great fun having a lot of loose stitches and just go off on an adventure, but it's time to come back to the foundation. Okay, so I'm going to fill in these this area a little bit and correct, you know, and fudge some of the stitches that they're off. Do not tell anybody, okay? Between you and me. Okay, here. Let's have a look. Okay, so this one, 971, 971. I've got one threaded already. My needle ball. Hi, Joyce. Welcome. What are you stitching today? Sarah says I fudged on it. Yes, you have to fudge from time to time. Even though, you know, sometimes it's not fudgeable, then you have to face up to the reality, okay? But whenever, you know, whenever I can, I fudge. One. Script says, Hayes are so forgiving if you make a mistake. I know, because it's very blended, the stitches. So, you know, subtle color changes, it's a lot easier to fudge. Unless you're stitching somewhere that's kind of at the border of something. I have come across areas that is not really a good idea to fudge. Because you kind of, you know, if you're defining a really strong outline and because of the mistakes is kind of distorting, twisting whatever you're trying to stitch, then, you know, or maybe you're stitching a very small object that's kind of noticeable if you make mistakes. Otherwise, you know, this is like ceiling area. It's just a mixture of all sorts of colors. It's very fudgeable. Whoops. I miss a stitch. Anna says, I have a break from my dollhouse. I did 338 stitches throughout the day, now working on a smaller one that calls a girl that reads. Yeah, switch around. So it feels fresh, whatever you're stitching. That's my policy as well. So sometimes it's very tempting to go back to a project that you're particularly interested day in, day out. But I try not to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. JG's 938 says, do you mark your own grid or buy it that way? Oh, do you mean this one? Do you mean me? This is ungridded fabric, 28 counts. If I have not mentioned the fabric count, sincere apologies. So 28 counts ungridded DMC fabric, and I grid it as I go. Suzanne says I knit a lace, is it piece? pie shawl for my brother's ex fiance. I chose it because his birthday is the same as Elizabeth Zimmerman's. I don't know who that is. Yes, I'm sure I'll be told and educated very soon. Joy says, I picked up something on YouTube, floss tube today. Back stitches are 10 stitches with navigational issues. Hey, there's no need for that kind of language. Joyce. Right, let's have a look, okay? This is Joyce came in and drop a bomb. Okay, guys, all of you who love back stitches, okay, let me know if you think this is a fair statement. Joy says, I picked back stitches are 10 stitches with navigational issues. Yes, because you go back and wrap around the stitches. I love 10 stitches. Not 10 stitches. I love 10 stitches as well. I love back stitching. Okay? It's official. And I lost my needles. Too shocked by the statement. And Joy says, I did a Dutchy dozen. Dutchy dozen on battle. Now switching to Maggie. Maggie, the mess maker. Okay, so this way. And I think a couple of stitches missing here as well. Let's have a look. I need to fudge a little bit, okay? Some fudging is required. 1, 2. Where am I exactly? I lost my spot completely. No wonder nothing's matching. Here. Okay. So, oh, that's right. I always forget to do it because I've been meaning to practice May 51 ending. Now I know I had done it incorrectly. I tried to do it correctly, but the thing is, with that method, with this method, you do need to remember. You need to know you're about to end. And I always forget. I just keep stitching and go, oh, I'm going to end here, and it's too late to do it. So this is one of the ending stitches I demonstrated a couple of weeks ago. Oh, it was last week actually. Last Saturday I did a session covering all the starting and ending methods. So if you have not watched it, it's on archive from last Saturday. Hello, Steph. Heather says it looks like a mixture of colors, but when you stand back a bit, you can see the knots and grains of the wood in the ceiling. I know, yes, that's the magic of cross-stitching for coverage. Because sometimes you look at, this is pretty much my vantage point, I look at stitches very closely. But when I zoom out and look at it, I go, oh my God, you know, you can actually see all the details here. Can you see that? When you zoom out, you can see all the lines going through and the texture of the wood and color transitions. I know. It's amazing, isn't it? But I like the fact that when I'm stitching, I'm not too worried about what I'm stitching, if you know what I mean. I'm just thinking about the pattern, where I need to stitch next. So you have that really micro view and macro view. The next color is 972. 972. It's a very nice pink. Script says, I grid my charts. I can't see where the light pre-gridded fabric. Oh, do you mean the pre-gridded fabric? Suzanne says Elizabeth Zimmerman is like the fairy godmother of knitting. Oh, I see. She was very forward thinking. I see. So I'm totally ignorant about the history of knitting. I just like to knit, and but whoever, if she's the pioneer of stitching of knitting, my gratitude to her. Joy says, I'm saving the back stitches for last if I can resist. Really? Joyce, when you finish your cross stitch, send it to me. I'll back stitch for you. That's how much I like it. Oh, Joyce, you have to stitch as you back stitch as you do the cross stitching. It's fun. It motivates me to cross stitch more. Oh, what? What happened? What's going on? What's going on? Why am I getting warning signals? Why is the alarm going off? What have I done? Have I stitched the wrong place again? What's going on? Why does it look different? What? 972? Oh, yeah, this color is totally wrong, isn't it? Okay, so the location is correct. The color is wrong, okay? It's okay. It's okay. Well spotted, well spotted. Indeed, I don't know what this color is. Let me check again. 972. Maybe I misread it. 972. Yes, I probably docked this color incorrectly. It was on 972. What is this then, aliens? Do you know what this is? Okay, let me put it aside. See if I can save it. Okay, this is still quite long. It's still quite long. Let's have a look. 972. Indeed, it's a light orange. This is totally wrong. 972. Let me take a strand then. Well spotted, well spotted. This is what I need from you, okay? To save me from disasters. 972. 972. You know, the moment you don't check, I just end up having to stitch, to frog 2,000 stitches. 972. Here we go. This is the correct one. Okay, 972. It's supposed to be light orange, slightly yellowy. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. Yes. 892. That might be 892. Let me have a look. 892. Oh my God. Guys, do you think it's correct? Do you want to bet to see if it's correct? 892. Do you think that's a match? Do you think that's a match? Guys, if it's a match, thumbs up for Heather. And she's going straight to the Alien Club, top tier. Even, you know, within the Alien Club, we have different tiers, okay? The top tiers is reserved for the rarest of the rare aliens. Guys, what do you think? Heather says... Do you think that's a match? 893. Do you think? No, it's 892. 893 is more pink. I think it's 892, right? Thumbs up from Susan. What do you think? Is a match? A91, A92. So let me look at A91. A91 is this one. I think it's A92 because this is A91 is more red. Do you not think? Let me zoom in a little bit for you. Yeah? So this is slightly more red color. Let me come back to A93. Oh, Heather. We have an alien here, okay. Do you think there's a complete match? A92? A93? No, A93 is more pink, I think. Let me have a look. No, this one's got more orange. Too pink. A92, right? A92. Oh my God, just like that, Heather. You save a piece of strand of floss for me. A piece of thread. I hate wasting. I hate wasting threads. So thank you so much. Let me dock it back to the needle. Because it probably doesn't matter if it's 2 or 3 because they're so similar. Whichever one, I can just use this piece. A92, I think it's A92, right? A92, oh yes, we have aliens. We have aliens in the chat, okay, guys? It's all happening. Yes, just like that. I told you, some people have superpower. Superpower when they can just look at a color and go, hey, that is 2781 or something. And then I lost that strand. I just picked up the correct one. 972. 972. Here we go. Heather says, remember, I have been stitching in roughly the same area, so I've been using those colors very recently. Yeah, but that's because you're an alien. You remember the color shades and everything. For me, even if I remember the numbers and roughly what colors they are, I wouldn't be able to tell the subtle difference between, you know, very close looking colors. Okay, it's okay. You don't have to justify it, Heather. It's okay being an alien. You know, no judgment from me. I'm slightly scared, but other than that, you know, it's okay. It's okay being different. It's okay to have superpower, okay? Here we go. So location is correct, right? So 5 stitches. 5 stitches in a row. I see some pink frogs. I see Fudgy making appearances. I'm going to end it with May 51 method. I know it's a mouthful. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back, do the second leg first, and do the first leg. There. $9.72. Solar Wind says my fudgy frog was in reference to the colors. Good. I fixed that, haven't I? It's all good. All good. Right, just one stitch, a tiny little ninja stitch there at the top. 3852, 3852. So imagine, you know, nowadays we have the app that gives you kind of indication of what a color should look like, roughly. If you're stitching with paper chart, seriously, you know, if it was me doing paper chart, my stitching, you know, the end result is going to be very different. It will be full of this kind of mistakes, you know. And no one will be any wiser. Just one stitch. So why don't I do this? No. I'm practicing doing a single stitch with May 51 method ending. So normally I'll just do a tuck in, but I like to learn new things. So let me practice this one. Still a little bit fiddly. Here we go. Nice. There's a slight sort of brighter area highlight of something, like a flower pattern or something. Very nice. Just that one stitch, suddenly everything makes sense, you know. Okay, 3852. Sip of my coffee. All right then. I'm going to just follow the order of, you know, flow with the stitches. Try not to jump back and forth too much. Okay, 3773. 3773. So this is one of the either harder to find or discontinued colors. And it's being replaced with 407. Okay, so 3 stitches. You know, sometimes you have loose stitches like that, and you're kind of thinking, well, they're only few stitches, but as soon as you complete them, everything just looks so much more completed. Oh, Heather, 3773, Spooky Bingo, the first one today goes to Heather, the alien, yes, 3773. Happy Spooky Bingo for you and me. The first one today. One, two. All right. There. 3773. I can probably keep it going for a little bit. A few more stitches over here. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one stitch here. Whoops, fallen off the edge. I just can't get my head around the speed of Kamari, because when I watch her, when she's actually doing the actual stitches, meaning insert the needle and going down for first leg and then come up for the second leg. If you just watch that, you wouldn't know that she's fast necessarily. You know what I mean? When she insert the needle down and coming up, it's kind of a similar speed than how I would do it. But for some reason, she's just fast. I cannot get my head around. And I think her ability to read the chart, it's got to be very different for most people. Because I probably spend a little bit more time, you know, trying to figure out where I am on the fabric constantly. You rarely see her kind of stopping to do that. And she's marking her app at the same time. I think she's using Pattern Keeper nowadays. So she would have to free up her hand, at least one hand, to mark. So I don't know what's happening there. Cannot figure it out. Walkaway says she uses really short thread lengths too, so it's zip, zip, zip. Yeah, I noticed that as well, because you know, let me zoom out a little bit so you know what I mean. When we're working, so when you for instance, let me just pull this one down and come up again, right? I noticed that. So, for instance, when you come up, this hand have to pull the thread all the way up and then go down. So that distance you have to travel. When I watch her, her wrist does not leave the fabric. So she would, you know, when she's stitching, you watch her hand, she goes like this. So the thread must be so short because her wrist, the top hand does not leave the fabric. She goes like this. But then again, I find, you know, stitching with really short thread kind of inconvenient. I mean, for me, I kind of, you know, I don't want my thread to be so short. But I guess their downside as well, because I have noticed she is perhaps showing the sign of repetitive injuries, because quite a few times, at least for the last few streams I watched her, she's been doing this. And she was stitching so fast, right? Let me just show you. So I think maybe I can drop her a line. I don't think she's going to listen to me. But because for the efficiency, her wrist does not leave the fabric. So in a way, her hand is pretty much fixed in the same spot. But I have noticed she's been doing this constantly. She would stop and just do this. And this is telling me that she's suffering some sort of soreness, repetitive, you know, signs of repetitive injury. So she would probably need to watch out. She's very fast, but maybe by bringing the hand off the fabric is a good thing, because you have wider range of movements. And it may be slightly slower, but there is more movement to the body. So if you just stay too still, you know, you're going to create problems for the wrist. So this is why I'm slow, okay? Because I don't want to have repetitive injury. So I'm stitching really slowly, okay? This is not because I'm slow. I'm just, you know, very health conscious. But I think Kamari, she would need to watch out. I'm sure she's smart, but sometimes if you're just... She's got to be spending quite a lot of time stitching as well. You know, I don't care how fast you are, you still have to spend time doing it. And just to look at the amount of stitching she's done for the last week, I can imagine, I'm not surprised if there is any kind of soreness happening. Joy says, try using the sound of her stitching. I try to keep up with that pace. No, I can't. That would be, you know, lightning speed. It would sound like, I don't know, something else. Hello, PPP, AAA. Great name. PPP says she might have a photographic memory, which keep her from having to check the chart all the time. Either that, or she can just very efficiently kind of scanning the chart, because she used to stitch with paper chart. So imagine that. And she's got a pen that she can just go and scribble. And I don't know, just everything about her is fascinating. I think she's able to just scan the the symbols, the chart, and quickly just know where she is and what to do next. She doesn't travel very far, so probably, you know, in a way she wants to make sure that she doesn't have to scan a very large area. Because the further you travel, the more you need to kind of, you know, find your way, find your focus. Solar says, I find that people who can read books very fast and they can stitch faster than those who read slow like me. For example, Gemma stitches, she can read faster than the person can speak. But how do you know that? Does she talk about her reading speed? Well, I suppose if you can read fast, I don't know whether that equates ability to read charts. Maybe there's something to it. Yes, that's one theory. That might be true. Okay, I'm gonna stop here with the stitches. I don't want to travel too far because I'm gonna get lost. Three, 7, 7, 3. Stitch. Oh, hi, Stitchy, the species. Race species. I do my best. I'm gonna just call you Stitchy. Stitchy says, I don't know who you're talking about, but you can also not pull it all the way and when you are down and just pull it through the next stitch so you don't spend long pulling both ways. So we're talking about Komari, the Japanese floss tuber. Yes, Stitchy, I think I know what you're describing. So I have seen a video by Master Stitches, Stitching Masterpieces. She had a video with the title of How to Stitch Faster. So some of you might have seen that one. And this is how she described it. Basically, when you pull a thread up, don't pull all the way up and just go down first and vice versa. I tried it. Let's say it was disastrous. Maybe, I'm sure it was just me. Things get tangled and because part of one of the reasons, part of the sort of really enjoyable element of stitching for me is that thread pulling all the way up to the right tension and then going down. So for me, I wouldn't sacrifice that experience in order to stitch faster. But I suppose that makes sense because, it saves a little bit time. Janine says, I would guess a lot of stitchers have repetitive issues with their hands and wrist. Yes, particularly if you not just stitch for a long time, but if your body's in the position that you need to maintain. So that's why I'm trying to stitch in a way that's most neutral for my body as much as I can. And also, to be honest, I don't stitch long time because some of you stitch for hours and hours. I stitch with you most of the time, about 3, maybe maximum 4 hours, and I stop and chat, and look at things, and check the chart, look at the chat, etc. So my hands are not constantly moving, and my hands are not stationary in one spot. So maybe that's why I don't have repetitive injury, and it's a combination of things, isn't it? So there are benefits of us stitching slowly. 301. Hey, Maddie, welcome. Lizzie says, it's a wonder Kumari managed to find time to eat and sleep. I know. I know. I think she's stitching probably in her sleep as well. It's just no way. I don't care how, how much time you spend stitching every day. To stitch that amount is just, I don't know how to describe it. Shocking. That's it. And also because she's stitching kind of short distance, and she doesn't really care what the back looks like, so she probably has no problem taking the needles wherever she needs to. Whereas me, I try to do yogi moves, etc., and try to plan my journey so I don't ever need to carry my thread over stitch area. But I don't think she minds that much. So that probably helps as well, because that takes time, isn't it? The contemplations and kind of try to keep things tidy. There's one more stitch. Let me move down here. I can do one more. Suzanne says being able to read fast kind of makes sense because like I read fast, I can visualize things a lot easier. I don't know, that's an interesting theory, because it's about interpretation, interpreting what you're looking at, particularly something that looks quite complex as a chart, particularly full coverage charts. That takes a lot of digestion to do. And if you're able to, I don't know whether it's reading ability or maybe pattern recognition, if you're able to just quickly scan, have a quick look at the chart and instantly know where you are and how many stitches you need to do at what spot. It's that the time it takes to digest that. And for me, it's not fast. I would stop and look at a chart and count and still get lost, that kind of stuff. So. Here we go. I think this one is a single stitch. Mine says 2, 3. Oh, bargain. 350. 350. Ginny says, I read very slow. Maybe that's why you're a slow stitcher like I'm a slow stitcher like Yogi. Well, it's you and me. We're in the same club, okay, Ginny? It's okay. It's okay. You have me for company. I suspect Janine is still faster than Yogi. But I'm okay with that, Susan says, if Sarah is captain of Alien Club, it sounds like Komari must be admiral of the club. I think there's a kind of world club, for aliens. She's probably, I don't know, yes, she's the queen, the ruler of the fast stitching universe. Solowin says Gemma Stitches told her viewers that she can read faster than people can speak. Really? But some people speak very slowly. I don't know. Really? Well, I didn't know that. I never heard her saying that. That's interesting. Because I remember it was quite popular for a while for people to learn how to read faster. And I'm kind of going, well, why would you want to do that? You know, reading, the fun of reading is that you read and digest and, you know, being in that, you know, in the world of the book. And why do you want to speed up that process? I don't understand it. Maybe if you want to read dictionary, perhaps you'd like to, you know, get it over and done with. 3776. 3776. It's like, well, you know, speed yoga, if there's such a thing. You just want to do it faster. And I have to say, well, why would you want to do that? Slow down. 3776. Oh, sorry, I'm slightly behind. Walkaway says people like Kamari are fascinating. The way they take command of their passion, like stitching, and not copy everyone else and set out to do it their own way. Yes, that's why I follow her, because she's really original. So I would put her in this the category. There's 3 stitchers I find really fascinating. That would be Kamari, Gemma Stitches, and also that lady, sorry, I don't know her name, the lady from Stitching Masterpieces. They're kind of just original thinkers, and I find it really refreshing and fascinating. 1, 2, here. They kind of just do things their own way. And as a result, they're not out there trying to invent things, but because they're original. So whatever they do becomes something very unique. Janine says, I read a book in about 2 months. Some people read a book in 2 days. Well, it depends on what book you're reading. You know, I can probably read manual of my household appliances in 2 days. Can you? Well, but I think when it comes to reading, unless you're reading manual, you just want to digest the content and move on. Otherwise, you know, I'm not sure speeding up is necessarily a good thing or necessary, right? Yes, Ginny, I've tried that as well. I tried the, you know, basically the idea is you don't, you know, pull all the way down. Before everything is being pulled down, you come up. And I tried it, it's not pleasurable either, because I love that feedback when you pull the thread all the way up and then going down. So I'm not going to sacrifice that. Heather says, I read fast and stitch slower than Yogi. When it comes to slow stitching, Yogi is the gold standard, okay? So how you gauge your speed is, are you faster than Yogi or are you slower? Very good, Heather. See, that theory has crumbled in front of our eyes. Well, maybe it's to do with, because I think reading chart is a little bit like reading maps, isn't it? It's directions and, you know, all the streets and everything, all the landmarks on the map, building names, etc. on the map. I can't read maps very well. Google Map, I can kind of manage if it tells me where I am, right? But otherwise, if you give me a paper map, I'd be very lost. So maybe it's map reading skill. Because it's about looking at something that is looking complex and being able to digest that and figure out where you are. Solar Wednesday, Yogi, you're good company and the chat is too. Lovely people. I enjoy talking to them. Glad I met you, chat. Oh, Solar, yes. I bet everybody's happy that we have met Solar as well. Heather says, I can read much faster than people can speak. I think most people can. Well, reading is one thing, because reading and digesting what you're reading is quite another. Because I can scan through words and have some sort of quite superficial understanding of what is written, but it doesn't mean I understand things. And I think book reading, depends on what you're trying to read, is beyond just scanning through words and just have a, I don't know, I just don't look at things this way. I think if you read a book for pleasure and you want to understand the story and also enjoy the writing as well. So I'm thinking about creative writing, you know, for instance, novels, etc. Why do you want to speed up though? I want to, you know, digest every word and live in that world as I'm reading it. Just like movies, you don't want to make it, you know, like double speed. You want to enjoy the movie itself, the story. So slow down, everyone. That's my message. Samantha says, my 17-year-old daughter read A Court of Thorns and Roses in one day. How many pages? Suzanne says, I speed read. I've been doing since I learned how to read. And then if I listen to audiobook, I struggle with it to begin with, because I did feel like it took so long. So I speed it up. Oh no, Suzanne. Yes. I can't really speed up human speech because that's kind of the line I draw. Because I always tell myself, if I have to, I'm so impatient that I have to speed up human speech, then I need to think about what's happening to me. Okay. Lovely. Heather says, I started reading War and Peace when I was 12, and 40 years later, I'm still not finished with it. It's a big book, Heather. And those are some books you probably go back and forth, to refresh your memory if you haven't read for a little while. Lorraine says, when my daughter was in grade school, we discovered she had no visual memory. They write things on the board, and she had to copy one letter at a time instead of the whole sentence or word by word. No visual memory. Does that mean that when you look at something and you look away instantly, you do not remember? Wow, that's interesting. I find that I probably have, well, I don't know if that's visual memory. I have issues with that when it comes to numbers. So this is why I read out numbers for threads. So if I read it out loud, I can hear it. So it strengthens my memory. If I just look at it, if I look at my chart now, 3776, if I do not read it out, by the time I turn to my organizer, I cannot remember what I'm looking for. So, yes. So when I call out threads, it's not just so that I can have a spooky bingo. It's out of practicality. If I don't do that, literally, if I turn around to the other side, I cannot remember what that number is. Okay, let me pick another color down here. Oh, I've got 3 more stitches. 3776. Okay, let me do these ones. 3776. Walkaway says Yogi's message is like the moral of the tortoise and hare. Slow is way of life, a philosophy and a worldview. Yes, I think to a great extent is how you see the world, isn't it? And this is essentially how we filter through our life experience day to day. Do you feel like you have to keep speeding up and maybe feeling frustrated for not being fast enough, or you just take your time and do it and enjoy the quality of the experience? I'm not saying that doing fast, you're necessarily not enjoying it, but it's trying to race forward. Sometimes it's a root of frustration, isn't it? It's just a human thing, because if your mind, it's a mind structure, isn't it? If you feel like you constantly need to move forward, so you're kind of in a permanent state of feeling not fast enough, or not, basically just not enough. So but if you kind of, just trust the fact that certain things take time and you're okay with it, then you're in the moment as much as possible. Betty Hankins, hello. And the others have the need to speed in stitching. They finish first always. Well, so it's a very interesting question. Interesting to say, Betty. So I suppose it's down to your interpretation, or anybody, all the stitchers, your individual interpretation of what a finish is. And that probably defines the way you want to stitch as well. So is the finish the goal? Or is it just something that happens as you're enjoying your stitching? Hi, Laura. Laura says, hi, everyone. I missed the earlier stream for my niece's birthday and late for this one. I had to get some grocery for my uncle who has surgery. Yes, life takes over. But congratulations for the birthday for your niece. And I hope uncle is doing well. And take a moment. Give yourself some time, to sit down and enjoy maybe a spot of stitching or the chat. The chat is always fun. One, two. I need to fudge this stitch because I don't know what's happening here. And one more. One, two. Okay. So these stitches are slightly iffy. It's okay, I can fudge. I have the technology. That's looking good already. I think that's a part of a flower. 3776. 3776. Okay. Solomon says, I used to take notes in class by not looking down at the page. That way I can keep up with what the teacher was writing on the blackboard. Oh, why is that? Does that kind of distract what you're looking at? Betty Hankins says, it sounds like you're saying the stitch faster aren't enjoying their craft. They are like speed readers. Look, myself, I read every word and remember every book I read. No, I don't necessarily say that. I think it's only become a thing if you are feeling frustrated. For instance, you feel like... So I think what I'm saying is about feeling of not enough. So I think that's kind of my point. If maybe like Komari, She feels she's stitching very fast, and that's kind of her natural speed. She's not trying to race ahead of herself. Then enjoyment is definitely there. But it's for you to tell me, fast stitchers, you know, if your goal is to stitch faster and if you're enjoying it, that's great. That's wonderful. No frustration and no sense of, you know, having to race forward constantly, then that's great. 606. Janine says it's not a race, it's a hobby. If you turn it into a race, stress is inevitable. So I think speed is relative, isn't it? You know, in terms of fast or slow is very much depending on who you compare yourself to. And for instance, if you enter the stitching world only knowing me, and you're stitching about the same speed as me, and you and me both probably thinking that this is normal. So until you meet someone like Kamari, then your paradigm completely shattered and shifted. But other than that, so it's all about context and who you kind of compare yourself to. Maybe stop comparing. I don't know. Because when I started stitching, I didn't even know speed comes into it at all, or number of stitches. And indeed, it's kind of a modern sport, isn't it? Because, you know, before Pattern Keeper or apps like this, it's much harder to keep up with the number of stitches. Whereas nowadays, everybody's quoting how many stitches they've done today very easily. So maybe that's a driving force as well, because the numbers are there. So we can't help but to compare, you know, because numbers are there for comparison. But I'm just thinking, you know, maybe back in Victorian time, when people were doing cross stitchings, they probably have no idea how many stitches they've done. I'm sure not even crossing their mind. They're just focusing on what they're stitching, I'm guessing. And guys, just give me a couple of seconds. I think Dolly is probably being trapped outside. Let me just go rescue her. Hang on a sec. Let me just... I'll be right back. Hello. All is good, all fixed. Adri says, Yogi, are you the CEO of Yogi Tea? No, that's a quick answer. Yeah, Lona, that's fine. That's perfect. If you're stitching, you feel you enjoy stitching faster. Yes, I can totally see that. And you enjoy the process. That's brilliant. Absolutely. I guess for me, the point is how fast is fast, you know? Auntie Crazy says cross-stitching is a great stress relief for me and for me as well. You know, I remember when one of my cats, Mr. Pancake, back in those days, it was the first time I was stitching Maggie, the mess maker. And I was going through a really tough time because Mr. Pancake was having, going through illnesses. And I was living under a lot of stress, in fear, basically, thinking that I was going to lose him. And I was stitching Maggie, the mess maker, every single day. Whenever I had a moment, just try to regain my sanity by stitching the piece. And it kept me sane, really. So it was a great, great relief. Let me start here. Laura says, relieving my stress now with cross stitch and relaxing my poor legs from rollerblading. Oh, wow. Yes, it takes a lot of leg power and balance. It's a pouch of rare stitches. Solomon says, I'm always baffled at people who can read an entire sentence in one glance. They can see the whole sentence at once and know what it says. Interesting. I'm not sure if I can always. It depends on what I'm reading, I guess. I think with words, I can probably do better. But if it's numbers, oh no. Anything beyond 3 digits, I have a problem. This color is so pretty. But I suppose, you know, when I'm streaming and I look at the chat, so to a certain extent, I'm reading, you know, not books, but I'm reading, you know, comments and Most of the time, most of the time. I know it's you know, I'm sure there are people out there, streamers out there, they probably scan the content of the comments first before they decide whether they want to talk about it or whether they want to read it out. And for me, because my reading speed is probably not super fast, and also it's probably down to how quickly you're able to scan the sentences and figure out what they're saying before you decide whether you want to read it out or not. Most of the time, you're probably not surprised. Most of the times, I'll start reading the sentence as I sort of try to figure out what it says. So it's slightly risky because sometimes halfway I read into it, I decide, oh, this is some sort of exchange between stitchers, and sometimes you kind of talk to each other, so that happens as well. So it's kind of, I kind of just pick and choose and hope for the best. And of course, sometimes the content is too complex for me to kind of just quickly digest. That happens as well. Okay, that's a really nice little patch of red stitches. I think I missed one stitch there. Nah. What's happening there? I think that one's just a 10 stitch. I don't know how that happened. There, that's much better. Yes, Heather, yes. I see a lot of whoever, and that's very handy because then I know it's a response to someone else. Yes, very handy. And I think this is why YouTube decided to remove human name, because you can't really do that unless you know the person's handle. And I think they're just trying to, I think partially they're trying to reduce people using the same names, and because handles have to be unique, that's why a lot of people are adding a lot of numbers at the end to make it individual. And but with human names, people just write whatever, and there are a lot of names are very similar or the same. It becomes confusing. So pros and cons. All right, very nice. That's looking good. And I'm going to come down here. I think there's one stitch. Do I have this stitch? 1, 2, 3. I have that one. All right. 3371. 3371. Interesting. It's very dark. 3371. Hello, Captain Squirrel. And see you later, Sarah VM. And Kathy says, I never choose my name or the numbers behind it. Well, I think what happened was, I think originally your handle, YouTube handle, is kind of assigned, depends on your human names. So, so for instance, I think the login, the registration process used to be just type in your name, right? So people type in, and I think they generate a handle for you. Depends on when you first register with YouTube. They generate a handle for you, and you can change it. You can go back and change it. But most people don't, because you have the human name, right? If your name is Cassie, I don't know, whatever surname, right? And that's the most human way of creating a title, kind of account name. And so they basically give you a handle that kind of capture your human name. But if your name has been used already or similar to others, they will give you a string of random numbers at the end to make it unique. I think that's how it happens. So so I don't know, it might still be the case. It will ask you what is your name, and it would generate a handle for you, and you can go back and change, but it has to be unique. So they probably try to combine your name, and if you have date of birth, they will probably combine that as well. Spooky Bingo 3371, amazing. PPPAAA. Spooky Bingo goes to you, yay. Oh, the reunion of Squirrel and Turtle. And it's a shame because, you know, Heather is not in Australia because Squirrel is kind of cheating on you, okay, Turtle. She's been going to stitching groups with bags. Oh, yes, and she's having fun just to make Heather jealous. Oh, Susan as well, Spooky Bingo. There you go. 3371. It's a brown, but quite dark. Almost like 310. Cassie, exactly. Yes, it's Pushitello. I do my best. This is why, okay? This is why you should only have the first name. And Ellen as well, Spooky Bingo. There you go. This is like triple, quadruple Spooky Bingo. Yeah, it's a big one. Because normally with 310, it happens quite a lot with multiple stitches, but with other colors, a lot more rare. So this is amazing. Pishatello. I'm sure I butchered that next time. Oh, she's Kathy says Irish because it sounds very Italian or Latino or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making it up. But Kathy is Irish. There you go. And Grace Houston as well. It's my first ever spooky bingo. You're kidding? Grace, you've been with us for a little while. This is the first one. Spooky bingo for Grace. Yes. Well done. Amazing. Like 5 people together. I feel it. I feel it. Very nice. And this one, 1, 2, 3. And this one. Oh, I missed one over here. Hot chocolate for Susan. Yes, chocolate time. I forgot about that. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Chocolate time, everyone. Let's take a little break. Particularly for fast stitchers. You know, you need to slow down for a few moments. Have some power snacks so you can stitch more and faster. Okay. So here we go. Let me just do one more stitch. And we're having a chocolate break. There. Oh, there you go. Let's have a little break, shall we? And let me zoom out a little bit so you can enjoy this beautiful picture. I'm really happy with this area because it's been, you know, up to very recently, it looked more like this whole area. And now it's making so much difference. But I had a little look at Komari's version, Komari's stitching supersize. It does capture a little bit more detail of this flower here. I'm slightly envious, slightly envious. Janine says, no one ever says my first name right. I was shocked when Yogi said it right. Really, Janine? Oh, you know. I'm that clever, aren't I? Even though I butcher everybody's name. Oh, so it's Hobby's last name. Fair enough. I see. Yes. Oh, look at this. Yes. Let me just zoom out a little bit more so you get to see what's happening. Well, the bumblebee. Remember the bumblebee? It took me a little while to fill in all the ninja stitches. It was pretty brutal, actually, my ninja stitches. Let me grab my chocolate. So my chocolate situation has not changed, okay? I still have not managed to top up my button supply there. So today, I'm back to this rather quite surprisingly delicious 85% chocolate. And this is a very common brand. I've been told it's been sold everywhere. So you can grab, a block whenever you have open. And I'm going to take another piece out of the lovely tin foil there. Listen to the sound of chocolate. You've got to have the tin foil. And big blocks as well, but very thin, kind of thin. So Walkaway says, I have chocolate chips, chip cookie. Sounds very nice. And Suzanne says, 44 minutes, only 156. Suzanne, ouch. I do that many for 3 hours, okay? Just to make you feel slightly better. Yes, cheers, chocolate. Enjoy your chocolate if you're having chocolate and whatever power snacks you're having. Hey, Lynn Burgess. Says Yogi and chat friends. And Lynn, are you stitching this piece today? Betty Hankins says, I had a school friend's name was spelled Jeannie. Jeannie, pronounced the same as Jeannie. Jeannie, yes, double E, I think is probably E. Whereas Janine is with an N. Oh, I like this chocolate actually, really, really creamy. So you have a bite in your mouth and you feel like, you know, the stickiness kind of melt in your mouth quickly. Yogi doesn't, Lona says, Yogi doesn't say my name right, but I love the way she says it. I don't want her to change. So have I said it wrong? Is it not Lona? What is it then? Minus the hand. What? What are we talking about? Is it not Lona? I am shocked. What is it then? Spell it for me. Lynn says, Yogi, your stitching is looking so good now. You're filling the gaps. Exactly, the difference it makes. Because for ages, the top area is kind of, you know, scattered like this, just dots. And I took, you know, a little bit of time, bit by bit, a lot of ninja stitches. And yeah, it looks totally different. Now I know what it is. For a little while, I didn't know what I was stitching. So thank you. Oh, 1 hour, 44 minutes. But still quite fast. Sometimes it takes me 3 hours to do 150 stitches. And Sidri says, that's the chocolate we eat. Also, very nice tasting and melting smooth. Yes, very, very smooth and creamy. Yes. And 85 is not too bitter at all. And it's not too sweet. I like that. Captain Squirrel says, Yogi doesn't have to say my name at all. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Captain. Names are not my forte. So how do you pronounce it, Lona? Just out of curiosity. I'll probably just keep calling it Lona. It's not Lona. That's what it reads, though. No? Lona? Yes, that's what... Clara says it's Lorna. So it's Lorna, not Lona. So it's Lorna. But I think Lona is better. So it's not O, it's O. Lorna. Lorna. Is it correct? Dana. But Dana is A. Lona is Lorna is O. I don't know. Now it's going to mess up my mind totally. Next time, when I see Lona, I'll probably just escape, run away. So I don't have to pronounce her name. So Betty Hankins says, I understand no one could say my last maiden name, then Mary, and change the last one. People still can't get it right. Yogi gets it, but others will add instead of... Others will add a W instead of N. Betty Hankins. So Lana. So is it Lana? Because Dana, yes. If I would say Dana, or you say Lana, is it Lana? Why is it Lana? Walkaway says you want to say Lona. I don't know. I'm so confused. Lynn says, Yogi, I undo more than I stitch, and you and me both. You know, you should have come and joined the members session a couple of hours ago, and it wasn't pretty, let's say. So it's a short O, not long. Lorna. Lorna? Lorna. Sounds, I don't know. Because Dana is R. Lorna. So it's Lorna, not Lona. Did I say Lona? Yeah, I kind of pronounce it more like lone. Lone. I don't know why. Lorna. So it's Lorna. Lonnie. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Thank God I had some chocolate. Otherwise, I'll probably fall over my chair. Yes. And with a lot of my classes, there's one place I teach most of my classes. They used to request the teachers to take all the names, you know, take the register before the class starts. I think you just get to know the members, and also kind of gentle reminder that, you know, if you need to cancel, otherwise you'll be name and shamed. If you book and have a no-show, right, and then your name is called, and it's a little bit naughty. But now they change the policy for whatever reason. I don't have to do that anymore. I kind of miss it slightly. On one hand, it's a relief because I struggle with names, you know, even with regulars. Some of them are very, very challenging names, or for my brain, for some reason, I just cannot remember it. And now I don't have to do it. It's a relief. But at the same time, I kind of miss it slightly because through calling out everybody's name, I get to know them as well. And I'm sure the students probably feel, you know, better having their names called out, because it means that you notice that they're here. And so, yeah, it's a mixed feeling. On one hand, I'm relieved, but on the other hand, I don't know my students' names anymore. Okay, this one over here. So Sola's name is Mary. So that's quite a simple name. Why would people get it wrong? They call it Maria. Why? Why would they add the A sound? Mary. I think probably because most of the times Mary actually ends with Y, right? So when it's not, when it ends with, when you've got I, people kind of assume the last letter will be A, Maria, even though it's Marie. Names are so tricky. Let me have a look. Where am I? Oh, I can see was one stitch. One stitch is off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hang on. No. Look away, look away. This is very, very minor reverse stitching, okay? There's a recurring theme going on today. It's okay. I don't know why it doesn't like me. Oh dear. This thread is not happy. Angry thread. Let's have a look. See if I can rescue this. Oh, all the bubbles. Hi, Chrissy. Welcome back. Chrissy has just joined the membership today. Amazing. Just sneaked in to our members stream and go, hey, I've joined. Well done. Yes, Captain Squirrel is a better name indeed. And also, it reminds me of my squirrel friends, right? So instantly, I already like Captain Squirrel. Chrissy, exactly. There's a pattern emerging, isn't it? Today is just that kind of day, you know, when I get visits from our foggy friend a little bit more frequently. For some reason, this thread is not happy. Maybe I should just cut it, shouldn't I? Because it's looking slightly fluffy. It's probably not very good to stitch. It starts to split and no, let me just send you to leftover thread heaven. Here we go. It's okay. It's okay. We can do it. Captain Squirrel says, when I went to the Stitchy meetup, they asked if I was Captain Squirrel. It was so funny to hear outside YouTube. Oh, so does that mean they watch the stream as well? And they recognize your name because your name is frequently mentioned, you know, and in the chat as well. That's so funny. You're famous. 321. And it's probably quite interesting because I bet there are probably a lot of viewers, they don't ever chat, you know, they're just happy watching replay. And they're quite, you know, all the regulars. Your names are constantly mentioned, constantly mentioned. So I think if they come to meet you, for instance, they go, are you Suzanne? Are you that clever? We've sort of weaver teacher, like weaving teacher. And or you're the alien captain, Sarah. Are you Sarah? Oh dear. And who else? All of you. You're stars. Captain Squirrel says, well, I met up with Bex here in the chat and never really discussed our real names. Yes, most people just, address the other person with their YouTube name. And I'm guessing Bex is probably not, a real name is not Bex, right? Captain Squirrel says, I use the Facebook group. Oh, so that's your actual name, I see. Because I don't remember, when I look at your Facebook name, I recognize that's you. But if you want me to recall what a name is, I can't. Because for me, you're Captain Squirrel. I think it's Bella or something like that, right? I'm so sorry. Because, it's not just the fact that you guys have YouTube handle. It takes a little while for me to match up and figure out who is who on Facebook, because quite a lot of times you're not using the same name. So it's like a test for Yogi. It's like Susan, right? Susan is Susan here, but on Facebook she's Lily. Seriously. Candace says, my name is Candace. Oh, that's a shocker. Hi, Candace. Candace says, for some reason, people like to shorten to Candy because it sounds sweet and easier as well. And she says, I used to be a casino worker and I had a name plate and hanging badge with my full name, and people would still shorten it. I know. Quite a lot of names, people just automatically shorten it, right? I don't know, I'm trying to think of some. There's certain names you just shorten it. And JG938, well, there you go. Talking about YouTube handle. She says it's going to be stunning. I'm enjoying watching. Yes, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's really well charted as well. SolarWinds, I don't expect people to remember my name. Names are so hard to remember. They remember my face good enough. Well, I have issues with that as well. There's certain type of faces I find it very, very hard to remember. It's weird. It's almost like they just all merge into one and I can't tell them apart. Certain type of faces. And it has nothing to do with what they look like. I don't know. Certain people, I look at them, instantly I remember. So I don't know what that is. And names as well. Some names instantly I can pick up and link up with the person's face. And sometimes it's very, very difficult. Lovely. Now I can end this thread. 3, 2, 1. Three, two, one. Yes, Captain, you remember correctly. Ellen says, is Yogi your real name or handle? No, Yogi, if you look at my handle, is actually Slow Stitching Yogi. And yes, I go by Yogi, but the name is Francesca. Cassie. What is a candy stripper? And yes, Kathy's making a point of saying, no, not stripper. Striper. Okay. Yes, I misread that instantly. Candy striper is a kind of sweet. I'm not familiar with that. I'm guessing it's kind of kind of sweet. And Betty says, I have a sister with the name Toy. The name is Toy? And she had trouble with the boys when she started budding up. Her name is Toy. Is it short of something? It's literally just T-O-Y for a female. Interesting. It's kind of unisex, isn't it? If you look at the name Toy, you wouldn't know it's a male or female. Ah, Captain says, my son is Arlen. And many people say, Arlen? I don't know. Maybe different emphasis. Arlene, okay. Lizzie says, well, a beautiful name, Yogi. I love those sort of names. Francesca is such a romantic sounding name. Thank you so much, Lizzie. That's very kind. Ah, Toy. Yeah, T-O-I, I've seen. I'm pretty sure there's a singer called Toy something. I can't remember. But T-O-Y is kind of quite rare, I think. But I think technically, if you have a baby, you can name the baby anything you want, right? There's no law to stop you. So some parents, they get a little bit creative. $3.10, guys. Finally, it's here. Yes, here we go. I expect a few spooky bingos, okay? Group spooky bingo. 310, guys. Finally. Here we go. Laura says, my sister-in-law, her name's Laura too. I was a bridesmaid and best friend was Laura, who was the same, who was the maid of honor. Triple Laura. And Jay, oh yeah, there you go, Chrissy. There you go, spooky bingo from Chrissy. And JG938 says, my name is Jennifer, but I'm not on any social media, so you won't confuse my name later. Yes. So quite a lot of times for regulars in particular, because when YouTube decided to scratch the human names and replace it with just a handle, I had a really tough time. So some Stitch viewers actually went as far as changing their handle because it's very hard for me. But some of you, I have, we've been hanging out for a long time, so I kind of remember Betty Hankins and a few others, and Lizzie, for instance. So I can interpret, look at a handle, and know who it is. But majority of the viewers, unfortunately, it's like a memory test. I do have my limit in terms of how many names I'm able to remember. And not only remember the names, but also, kind of going from the kind of converting the YouTube handle into a name that I remember. And that is, yes. So a few stitchers actually kindly, very kindly change their handle to reflect their names. So I don't have to struggle. Cassie, very good point. A lot of people call me Fran. That's it. Okay, Francesca is a little bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Solo Win says, it's in style now to name babies now according to gender. Miss Orchid Girl channel, her name is Danny. Oh, interesting. Because Danny, yes, depends on how it's spelled. If it's Dan ends with double N-I, it's a kind of quite female, but Y tends to be male. But ultimately, it's just a label, isn't it? It doesn't matter. You can call yourself whatever you want. Hey, Rose. Rose says, made it. Spend a day at a track. What's a track meet? For my granddaughter. What's a track meet? I don't know what it is. Yes, you can watch the replay, Rose. Great to have you. Captain, it's like homework. Captain saying, I'm stitching a lunchbox whip today. You should train him to stitch with you. So, you can stitch faster with that piece. Let's have a look. Where am I? Here. No, they don't call me Frankie. No. No. Luckily. I think Frankie can be a female name. I'm pretty sure they're female Frankie. I think names definitely have a trend, doesn't it? It's like now, for instance, people go for kind of a unisex name, names that's not really obvious whether it's male or female. But who knows? You know, 10 years down the line, there'll be a different trend. Oh, it's a relay, Rose. Track meet is a relay, 100 meter dash type of sport. Okay, so it's a 100 meter sprint. Nice. Did you run as well? What was your record? Ruth the Magpie Stitcher says, I can't shorten my name, so people call me Ruthie. Why Ruthie? So the name is, yes, I think Ruth is pretty short already. Ruthie. Zoom in a little bit more here. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cassie says, I like the family, when family, usually for boys, use the same name for all the boys, but different versions. Andrew, Andy, Joe. Really? Isn't that confusing? Because Andy can be short of Andrew, isn't it? So which is which? And also Drew could be female as well, like Drew Barrymore is a female. Lizzie says, if I met you, Yogi, I will call you by your full name, as it is so beautiful. Do you mean Slow Stitch Yogi? That's my full name. Oh, wow. So granddaughter, Rose's granddaughter is 10, and they do a couple of different races. Amazing. 10. Yes. Wonderful. I was hopeless with sports when I was growing up. I hated it. I couldn't run very fast. And I just didn't enjoy any board games or anything like that. And so it's quite a shock when I started running. When I was a bit older. Everybody was shocked. Even though, you know, I have to say I was slow. I wasn't fast. A little bit like my stitching. I was just enjoying the experience. And but I was taking it quite serious for a while. I wanted to do like half marathon and stuff, but never really did it. And then I injured my right knee pretty badly because, you know, a lot of runners, they just get carried away and they overdo it. Let me look at where I am. Three, 3, 7, 1 again. Yay. 3, 3, 7, 1. Renata says, my name's Renata, as it says on the tin. Oh, but there's an L out there. Yes. If I didn't know better, I'll probably call you Renato. Yes, it's quite rare. Renata is nice. Indeed, yes. Ruth is just too short, so they make it longer. The other way around. 3, 3, 7, 1. Ruth says, in Australia, if you can't shorten a name, you make it longer. It's a lousy way. So everything evens out, right? So everybody's got the same length of names eventually. I like that. Because sometimes when a name's really short, it feels like, you know, it just needs a little bit more. And sometimes it makes it sound a little bit more intimate, more personal, right? I'm trying to come up with an example of that. Like John, or maybe you call someone Johnny. It just sounds a little bit more intimate. Janine says my niece's name is Alexandria. My brother wanted us to call her Alex as a child. It sounds very different, isn't it? Alexandria, Alex. I said, no, that's a boy's name. I can call her Ali. Can you turn Alex to Ali? Yes. So now it's Ali. Yes, Ali sounds nice. I'm pretty sure there are females out there I've come across. It's called Alex. I'm trying to recall if it's spelled the same way, but I'm pretty sure there's female Alex out there. So, oh dear, My gym doctor, Solar says, my gym doctor told me to stop running because my bladder was dropping. Oh dear, that's not good. Why? Sounds painful. I think a lot of runners, they tend to run into problems with the knees or some sort of sports injury that is really serious, and they have to stop running. So my right knee, I remember the day when my right knee just decided I'm not playing anymore, because I was running so frequently. I was running from work to home instead of, I wasn't cycling at that time. I was working in a city around St. Paul's Cathedral, and I would run from work every day. Well, not every day, most days, and back home. So we're talking about 12K every day. So I didn't run to work, but I run back from work. It was quite relaxing to do, but eventually, if you're not careful, you overdo it. Because for me, I was obsessed with running, and I paid the price. Candace says, I admire people that run. I only run if chased. Good policy, good policy. If you're being chased, run, okay? But running is a kind of really kind of, what do I say? I remember there's a professional runner. They go to like high altitude countries for training. And I remember they went to, I can't remember where it was, somewhere higher up, maybe somewhere in Africa or something like that. And the local people just couldn't believe it. Just a whole bunch of foreigners. They just come to town, to the village, and just run around like lunatics. And those guys, they're going, well, running for us is for practical purposes. We maybe run if we're chased by lions or something like that. Or, to escape from something. No one would kind of volunteer to run just for no reason, which is quite shocking. Just like gyms, really. I'm pretty sure there are countries they don't have gyms. Because why? Why would you just go to one place and run on treadmills and lift weights, that kind of stuff? So a lot of things we take for granted is really quite foreign for some countries, some culture. And Sidri says, my name is Sidrit. Sid like as in Spanish, and grit. So have I said it correctly? Sidrit. Spanish and grit like grit. Today is such a revelation. So all these names I've been, calling you like it's normal, turned out to be incorrect. Lorna, am I correct this time? Lorna. And Lynn says, Yogi are names. Shall we change them? Oh, Kathy says, I can change my handle. Yes, you can, as long as it's not the same as someone else. So that's why they add a whole bunch of numbers sometimes to make it unique. But if you can tweak it to make it kind of reflect your real name, but you probably need to add a couple of things to make it. If it's a common name, then it's probably taken, right? So you just need to kind of tweak it a little bit to make it your own. But yes, you can change it. Ruth says another common practice in Australia is to add an O to some names. Davo, really? Dave? Davo? John? Jono? Really? Damien? Damo? Damo? Is it Damo? Damo? Interesting. Always an interesting one because a lot of times people add an Y sound, right? Johnny, Danny, to make it sound more sort of, buddy buddy. Davo. I remember I had a colleague called Davis. Is it Davis? It's a Welsh name, the Welsh version of David. It's called Davy. I can't remember how it's spelled. It's spelled differently as well. Ah, so Suzanne says Alex's name is actually Alexander, but he's an Alexander, he's an Alex. Yes. That's a nice name though, Alexander. Citrus says you're very close, but not quite. Oh dear. Yes, I'll practice, okay? When I'm off the stream. And you guys just send me your name, or the correct pronunciation. I'll do my best. I'll practice until I get it right. Lona says, yes, Yogi, but you say the other way. I won't know that you're speaking to me. Say it before. Oh, so you prefer Lona. Okay, I'll call you Lona. You're Lona to me anyway. Yes, no problem. Not Lorna. No, no, no. All right, I don't want to travel too far. Three, 3, 7, 1. 3, 3, 7, 1. Suzanne says I call him Biscuit for about first 5 years. Oh, totally understandable, Hello, Biscuit. Next time, when Alex is watching the stream, I'm going to call him Biscuit. See if he will respond. Yes. I love nicknames. You know, particularly for grown-up children. And yes, they continue to call you like when you're 3 or something. Walkaway says, "Where's Sarah? We need an inspiration quote about names." I'm sure she's going to come up with something next time. Now we're talking about it. I think Sarah says she needs to. I think the husband is back home or something like that. Vaguely remember. I think she was here briefly. Cedric. That's very kind of you, Cedric. Suzanne says, yes, I'm sure Alex is going to feel slightly embarrassed, right? And particularly, you know, if you call him Biscuit in front of his girlfriend, you know, it's going to be like, Biscuit what? Let me have a look. Maybe I can do some stitches down here to make connection with the areas below. So there's a whole patch of pink there. That looks quite exciting. I'm trying to pick somewhere, maybe not so confetti, okay? So I can have a little rest from color changes. I mean, it wasn't so bad over here, but just like to pick a nice and friendly area and pretty colors to stitch, like this one. 893, 893. Very pretty. One, two, three. What's 2? Betty Haggins says, the Uncle Tilly Pars, he called me Betty Wetty. Yes. I can imagine that. There you go. I know, names are funny. Okay, one more stitch here. This lovely pink. Waffle way. Why waffle? Did he like waffle? Right, let me take a sip of my coffee. Lynn says you like that floss color. I know. Colors like this just make me so happy. It's just like, oh, it's like stitching, as you say, it's like, you know, candy floss. Hi, Anne. And I'm not going to attempt and try to pronounce the second bit, okay? Anne, welcome. Anne is from Quebec, Canada. Listen to your live stream very often, but I don't comment because of English is not my first language, although I understand it very well. Stitch. I love cross stitch. Welcome. Yes, you can just take it slow. Just chat with us. No problem. We have stitchers from all over the world. And just take your time. And thank you for saying hello. How wonderful. Yes. Say hello to Anne. Susan says you were pissed off no matter what we call him, so it doesn't matter. I get it. Yes. I know. They probably just go through a sort of, you know, a phase. They're just not happy. They're pissed off, whatever you do. I've been there as a child, okay? I wasn't easy. Oh, this one's pretty too. Really, really pretty. 601. 601. Look at this one. So pretty. Here we go. One, two. Suzanne, you're making it worse. Suzanne says one of my mom's friend told her kids that they could call him apricot. He would still get mad at them. Of course. Apricot. I'm not sure that's, you know, better than biscuits. Oh, poor Alex. Apricot. Oh, Anne is a squirrel lover as well. Me too, Anne. If you've been following my streams, you know I have squirrel friends that come to visit me every day. But they're very fussy though. They're high maintenance, you know, squirrels. They wouldn't eat anything else other than premium nuts. Oh dear. If I ever try to give them fruit and vegetables, they look at me like I'm, you know, I'm trying to disown them or something. Really harsh crowd there. Oh dear. Cassie says one of the kids in my grade school always called me Cherry Face because I was so shy and turned red all the time. Oh, that's lovely though. Cherry Face. Could be so much worse. I think that's quite sweet. You know, there are few occasions when I run out of nuts in the house. I literally had to hide from my squirrels, you know, try not to look at them in the face because they would come to the window and try to get me to open the windows. And I have to pretend that I'm not in. Oh dear. It's not easy, okay? It's not easy being me. Imagine the day you have to hide from your squirrels, you know. You need to think about your life in many ways. Sola says, squirrels love cherries and oats. Try those, Yogi. Oh, Sola, you have not met this crowd of squirrels, okay? They're not going to put up with that. I've tried everything. Anything that's not nuts, okay? They just look at me and go, hey, buddy, you know, you can do better than that. I have tried, you know, fruits and seeds. Seeds, when they're desperate, they probably try to have a few. But no, if you place seeds along the nuts, they always go for nuts. And what else have I tried? I've tried cucumber. Okay, I'm not going to go through that story. It's a sad story. And we, you know, nearly broke our friendship. But, and what else have I tried? I've tried apple, banana, you know, really, really delicious fruits. They're not just, they just don't want it. They go, well, it's nuts or nothing, you know. It's a bit like that, so. Because I was wondering that as well, you know, when I watch YouTube videos, I've seen squirrels eating all sorts of things. They will eat vegetables, they're happily chewing some carrots or something. Oh, not my squirrels. No. I know, Sola. I know I'm being, you know, taken hostage, held hostage by those creatures. Yes, Lily at the front door and squirrels at the back. I know. It's more like Lily at the back door and the squirrels from the window and from the kitchen as well. So that's when they normally come and knock on my window and go, hey, time for nuts. I know. I'm just, you know, being grounded here, just become a cat food and nut supplier. I'm being chosen by my squirrels and Lily. Yes, Cassie. Not Frank, not Frank, okay? Yes, they definitely give me that kind of look, you know, Cassie. They will go, hey, you know, this is our agreement. We're coming to you and being really cute, and you give us nuts. That's the deal. So that's our fragile friendship, okay? The day I run out of nuts, they're gonna say goodbye. So I'm holding on to them with my dear life. Lynn says, Yogi, I saw someone work on Facebook, the traveling library. She had done Le Fox and table, beautiful sewing. I think, Lynn, you're referring to Lynn Burgess. She was here in the chat. Lynn, if you're in the chat, wave. She's the beautiful fox stitcher. Yes, the fox and the sofa as well. And could you believe this is actually her second start? From the chart came out, we're talking about October. She had the first start, wasn't happy, and restarted it and did all the fox, the fox, the sofa, and God knows, I haven't seen the latest update. She's probably done, finished. It's rather shocking. Okay, let me do these two. Just trying to end the thread over here. Walkaway says your squirrels sound like they might have spoken with Lily. They know your soft touch. I know. I'm doomed, aren't I? I'm done for. They know my weakness. And Lily just sit there and meow, and I just give in, and squirrel just give me that look. Seriously, it doesn't take much. And Nido says, the squirrels near me like avocados from my tree and also the mangoes. Really? Oh, how nice. My squirrel just wouldn't put up with that. I've tried all sorts of things. They only eat nuts. And says they like apples, oranges, and grapes. While squirrels are more picky about vegetables. I think my squirrels are pretty wild from the sound of it. Yes, because I thought, well, fair enough. If you don't like cucumbers, how about some delicious green apples? I love apples, and I share some of my apples, and they just look at me and go, hey, you can do better than that. They're smart indeed. Frankie says, I feed my squirrels sunflower seeds. I have tried that. I have tried seeds, and, they will have a few if they have no choice. Otherwise, they want nuts. So, yes, seeds and nuts. Yes, I'm being taken hostage by a cat and a whole bunch of squirrels. Cassie says, Yogi, your squirrels are not getting their vitamins. I think they can get pretty good nutrition from nuts. I did a little bit of Google, but yes, they're probably not getting vitamin C. Yes. But, I can't force them to eat lemon. Captain says cashews, almonds, and macadamia. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Certain nuts, they're not that keen. I'm trying to. They like hazelnut, cashew. I did a little bit of googling. Apparently cashew and there's one more, Brazil nuts. They're slightly toxic for squirrels, so I try not to give them those. But normally they have almonds, hazelnuts, and what else? Macadamia, and a few others. pistachio sometimes. So yes, yes, they have high standards. Okay, unlike my stitching, they have high. The bar is pretty high. Yes, so Lizzie, it's a little bit like your favorite or your favorite snacks. All right then, let me do a little bit more of this pink. It's so pretty, and I like the fact that this area is not too confetti, not too confetti. So. So I've got a few more stitches of 606. Six zero six. It's kind of orangey. Hi, Jane. Jane says, just catching you now. I miss the side quest party. I'll have to watch back later. Yes, if you miss any sessions, you can watch the replay. You can also watch the previous ones, you know, all the previous ones, if you just joined. So great to see you. And Lynn says, Lynn Burgess, there you go. So Yogi, I'm not nowhere near the finish. I'm doing the big rug at the moment and taking a lot of effort. Next update will be when that's done. Amazing. And I like your approach because you're stitching kind of one, not object necessarily, kind of one area, and you're able to just concentrate on that area until it's done. So I'm looking forward to update. It's really stunning, isn't it, this piece? Captain says they like expensive nuts. Boogie London squirrels. Exactly, they're spoiled. Totally spoiled. Anne says nuts should be seen as treats rather than food. But I give them some because it's very cold here. Well, please, Anne, can you communicate with my squirrels, please? They wouldn't listen to me because if I give them anything else, they just stand there and just stare at me, looking really confused and just make me feel really, really guilty. So maybe you can have a word with them, you know, because they don't listen to me. Yes. Limburger's stitching is really beautiful. I would like to see, maybe we can hold some sort of a stitching competition. We will have Komari, okay? And also Lynn Burgess, because I suspect Lynn is really fast as well. And then we can have, who else? Who else is really fast? Maybe Lona. Lona can join the competition as well. And we can figure out who's actually not just fast, but endurance as well, who can stitch the longest and the fastest. And the winner, of course, straight to Alien Club. And talk about aliens, Sarah is doing a 48-hour marathon spread out in 6 days, 8 hours a day. Okay, you probably heard about that already. And all the details she posted on our Facebook group. So if you'd like to join the alien, hang out with aliens, then join Sarah for her adventure. Cassie says, have you seen the meme where the squirrel knocks on the door and says, are you going to be filling the feeder? The birds are asking, I know, Susan posted that, haven't you, Susan? Yes, that was really funny. That made me smile. It's like, yeah, I'm just asking for someone else, not for me, not for me. Yes, are you gonna top up the bird feeder? Yeah, I'm just asking. That's very squirrel, you know. They're so cunning. Busy Mum says, I left to go get dinner. What are we talking about? Well, depends which bit. Currently, right at this moment, we're talking about really high maintenance London squirrels, okay? And we're trying to figure out a solution. So the squirrels will listen to Yogi. I don't have high hopes, okay? 606. Captain says Lepatrio stitching with green underneath. Reminds me of watermelon, this. Yes, a little bit. Maybe it is a watermelon, who knows? Anything goes with this piece. Hi, Bex. Good to see you. So Heather, Bex is the person that's cheating with Captain Squirrel behind you, okay? You three sort it out. So is it tomorrow that you're going to the next meeting? Bex and Squirrel. Let me move it. Oops. Over here. I like to do a few stitches over here. I think this may be 310. I'm not sure. Oh, it's A14. A14. Beck says, Yogi, are you back at the top of this piece? It's looking really good. I know, because today is about back to the ground zero day. This is back to the basics. So I started somewhere here and I kept traveling down and just had I had a good time. But now it's time to come back to actually do the groundwork. So I've been spending a lot of time on the top here. A14, A14. Turtle stitcher, yes. The menage a trois going on here. Thank you, Captain Squirrel. I'm really happy with it. And this is a fun area to stitch as well. You know, I'm not sure about upper left. Upper left looks like a lot of brown, but over here it's like, you know, very, very colorful, considering this is the roof. And this is just the beginning. One, two. Hang on. Where am I? Here. One, two. Okay, these ones are done. And over here. One, two. Right. Walkaway says, great news, all. My son-in-law just texted me a photo of his first cross-stitch attempt. What? And he's been indoctrinated. Wow. Is that by you? Or does your daughter stitch as well? Well done. You got the son-in-law. Yes. Amazing. I'd love to see the whip. Another convert. I know. Exactly. Get him over here, you know, to meet Yogi. Susan says parts of upper left are very confetti. I bet, yes. It could be all browns, but very confetti as well. One, two. Three. Walkaway says he learned how to knit. While dating our daughter, he designs his own hat pattern, now cross-stitching. He's got potential, the son-in-law, so he knits as well. And now he cross-stitches. Yes, very nice. So he can totally join in. So the whole family can stitch together. That's wonderful. Yes, join the yogi squad, please. It would just be, the matter of time. Walk away. You just need to mention it couple times a day. Just go, hey, I'm going there to, to stitch with Yogi and the chat. And he's going to join in for sure. He wouldn't be able to resist. Hi, Wendy. Good morning. And looking at the time there, I know Wendy has just joined us. But I'm going to be doing my final few stitches. So it's 22 past 12 midnight in London. Okay, so I've got this really nice row of A14 that goes along the straight line. So I'm going to take my stitches over there to the left. And I'll show you what I've done today. I think there are quite a lot of gentlemen stitchers, and clearly not as many as female. That's just the way it is. But if you look at floss tubing, quite a lot of male stitchers, male floss tubers. They don't always necessarily do full coverage. But recently I kept coming across a channel. I think the main channel is actually on Twitch, which I'm not very familiar with, but they also release the kind of stream archive on YouTube as well. And I think it's two men stitching live together, trying to complete the same piece, I think, if I'm not misunderstanding. I think it's a piece, I think it's maybe not Pokemon, maybe it's Pokemon. But basically two guys stitching simultaneously together on live stream and try to complete the piece together or something like that. Very interesting. Wendy says, we'll catch the replay slept in on Sunday morning. Yes, it's Sunday already, isn't it? Well, technically, it's Sunday over here as well. We're past midnight. But for Australia and New Zealand, this is the next day already. So I'm just going to keep going. I've got 3 more stitches. And this will be our session today. One more. And that's it. Very nice finish. I like to finish with kind of strong colors. It just makes me feel good. So, okay then. So I'm going to zoom out so you can see what's happening on my fabric and also give you a recap of what I've done, and I'll be sharing the number of stitches I've done today with you as well. So let's have a look. There, guys. Dun, dun, dun. Let me zoom out a little bit. So here we go. So this is the labor of the past, I don't know, 4 months. Multiple sessions of stitching. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. And the color is just amazing, isn't it? So this is 28 counts, 1/1 stitching with DMC. There's a little bit kind of wrapped under, but this bit is just so gorgeous, isn't it? And up to today's session, I've been spending a lot of time down here and kind of just, try to travel to different locations that kind of I'm interested. And but today it's about coming back to where I started. I think I started here somewhere and traveling downwards. And I think, for the next couple of sessions at least, I'm going to continue to come back up here and start to extend and fill in the top border there. So it'll be quite nice. It'll be quite nice. And, we'll see what happens from there. So guys, let me show you my app here, okay? So I want to share with you the number of stitches. And I'm curious as well. I'm always curious. Today, hopefully, I like to think it's over 200 stitches. What do you think, guys? So this is where I am with this piece from top center. And I'm going to count down to 3, 2, and 1. Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. The grand total of the stitches I've completed today is 229. Yay! Round of applause for Yogi. And not bad, not bad. And I'm doing slightly better than our members stream, right? Members stream, I didn't count. I was too scared to count stitches. I think we're talking about 2 digits, 2 digits somewhere. And so there you go. Very, very happy. And let me come back here. So guys, Saturday evening and Valentine's as well. Well, technically it's next day, but the Valentine spirit is still there, and I hope you're enjoying the rest of your day wherever you are. And if it's next day already, happy Sunday. And Sunday, yes, we're coming back for another spot of cozy stitching, and so come back and meet me here. And so it's 29 minutes past midnight from the sleepy London town. Yogi signing out. Yes, give me some Dolly love. Dolly's right behind me now. It's too late, darling. You miss your spot, your appearance. And tomorrow, maybe Dolly's going to do better. Okay, forgive her. And so tomorrow, we're coming back for another spot of stitching. Until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Happy stitching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Love you all. Bye-bye.